The first card you have for your past is the Five of Swords. Okay, horrible. No one likes this card. Horrible card. Really nasty, you know, trying to take what's not yours, jealousy, all that kind of thing. That's what this card's about. Walking away as well. So there's some kind of falling out here. And yeah, I'm seeing a group here. It's a small group. There are only 3 people on this card, and I think this was a small group. I don't know if this is around work. It might be. I'm getting that feeling. It doesn't have to be. I'm not 100% sure, but it does feel work related. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So yeah, it feels a little bit temporary to me. I don't know why. Yeah, I'm getting 1 foot in and 1 foot out. 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So it feels like you're on the outside and you're looking into this drama. And yeah, there's karma here as well. I don't like using that word usually, but you know, that's the only word I can think of to describe this. You know, because a lot of people use the word karma in terms of revenge, but it's actually about lessons. Some are easy, some are hard, but it's something you have to learn. Something that's happened, you haven't learned your lesson, and you have to go through something to learn that. So that's what that's about. And that's what I'm seeing here, because I think at one time it really feels like you were left to cope. You were left to cope on your own, by yourself. And I think some of the people in this group, it's like they could have helped you. They could have helped you with something. They could have stepped in, but they didn't do that. They didn't do anything. And it feels quite serious to me, actually. It felt very serious to you at the time. You were in a serious situation. You're really alone, actually. I'm just looking at the sea, and one of the men are walking away. They're walking into the sea, or out to the sea. They're crying, one of these men. And you know, he's walking toward the water and crying. So, you know, I think maybe you felt as if you were drowning. And no one noticed, no one cared, or that's how it felt to you anyway. So now with this new drama, and I think it's involving the same people, that's why I'm seeing karma here. I think you were just sitting back, you're watching this happen, and you just weren't getting involved in this. And I can see why. I can absolutely see why. I'm getting some pressure on you, maybe someone trying to get you involved, but I think you were just like, no, I'm not getting involved. I'm walking away. I'm not involved in this. You know, you're on your way out. You're on your way out of this anyway, because I keep on getting this 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Might be family. I don't know. It's a group that you're still with. Horrible. They treated you horribly, and you're still around them, but you're not getting involved in their drama. And it's like, I'm on my way out anyway. I'm getting out of this anyway. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I keep on seeing that. And I think it was just a matter of time before you're completely out the door. You weren't yet. You might be out now. I hope you are. But I can't quite see where you are with this. But if you're not, you will be. You'll be out of this. You'll be way out of this physically. That's what I'm seeing in that card. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so the next card you have, you pass the High Priestess. Yeah, I think this is you. I think this is you in this situation. You know, she's extremely wise, this High Priestess. She's, you know, obviously she's spiritually wise and, you know, very, very knowledgeable. So I think you could see this whole situation for what it truly was, what it actually was, not for what people were trying to show you it was, but you knew what it really was. You know, the High Priestess knows the inner meaning of things, the deep meaning of things. And yeah, again, your instincts were telling you not to get involved. Absolutely not. And you know that this was the right thing for you to do, or you knew this was the right thing for you to do. Sorry, I'm just seeing this. Yeah, I'm just seeing people being turned on each other. Someone's at the top and then someone's turning on them, and then someone's at the top and someone's turning on them. Everyone in this group's been turned on by someone else. Very toxic group, very toxic group. So, you know, obviously, if this is you, obviously I can totally see why you don't want to be around them ever again. You know, they weren't around you. Who helped you when you were drowning? Nobody. So now you're like, no, I can see through everything. I can see through these games. I'm not having anything to do with these people. There's a lot of polarity here, you know, because if you look at this priestess, she's sitting in between these 2 pillars, and they're obviously the opposites, polar opposites, poles apart. And Someone in this group's always painted as the bad one, and someone else is painted as the good one, and then everyone else kind of gangs up on the so-called bad one. That's what I'm getting happens, and then it changes around. Someone's a bad one, and then someone else is. It's ridiculous. It's really childish, really, really, really childish. And life's not like that. There's no total good one and total bad one. It's not like someone's an angel and someone's a devil. It's not a cartoon. We're all human. We're all human. No one's perfect. But this is the dynamic. This is the dynamic in this group. There's someone at the top, there's someone at the bottom, and all the people in between are kind of, playing their roles in that. And your role is right out of this whole thing. So, yeah, just like the High Priestess, you're sitting in the middle of these two sides, not saying anything, minding your own business, and just kind of secretly knowing that you'll be out of this very, very soon. And again, you haven't left these people. If you haven't left these people yet, I should say, if you haven't left them, lovely people that they are, if you haven't left them yet, I'm saying I don't know what's happened to me in this reading. It's been happening to me in this and the last one. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. So yeah, if you haven't gotten away from them yet, when you do go away from them, when you do get away from this group, they'll still be doing the same thing. Triangulating people, making people out to be good and the other one bad, and like a pantomime character, if you know what that is, or like a cartoon character, one's good and one's bad. It's ridiculous. So just stay as you are, like this priestess, very serene, by yourself, not being involved, just knowing inside yourself that, you'll get out of this, and you will. You absolutely will. This is the High Priestess. She knows. You'll get out of this if you're not already. Okay, so the last card you have, you passed, the Empress. Beautiful. I love seeing the Empress next to the High Priestess. Two beautiful, really serene women. I love that. So, yeah, I don't know if this horrible situation was around your workplace. I keep on seeing the workplace. It might not be, but I'm getting a lot of work energy. It might just be this whole reading. That's work. So something's going to come about work a bit later on if it hasn't already, or this might be around work. Something work. I keep on seeing that. Anyway, but with the Empress, okay, it might be this. With this Empress, it might be that you were thinking about working from home. And, because the Empress loves her home. She loves being around her home. And because this is work, you might want to work from your home. And if you're dealing with these people and they're in the workplace, they drive anyone into their home. I mean, I'd be in my home 24 hours a day if I had to deal with these people. But anyway, with the way you were treated by these horrible people, you were standing back, you weren't helping them, but it's not like you turned into this horrible, uncaring person. You still care about people, but only for who deserves it, obviously. And, I think you've helped a lot of people in the past, and you've had to back off from doing that, I think, for your own well-being, because I think you've helped too much, actually, in your past. And you're like, no, I can't do that anymore. I'm losing parts of myself to these people. They don't appreciate me. They don't help me. So I'm going to think about myself. And, the Empress, she's self-nurturing, she's self-caring, but she's not selfish. So you give to those people who you think deserve it, but now, I think after everything that's happened to you, you really give mostly to yourself, and I'm really happy to see that. So, yeah, I'm not seeing any bitterness around you. You still have love for a lot of people, and that's really good to see. I don't see that very often, so I'm really happy to see that. Now, speaking of love, I'm seeing love here as well. Yeah, it's here and it's in the High Priestess as well. This is what I'm seeing. Someone really wants to approach you. I think they still do. And yeah, there's definitely love there. Or what they think is love. It might be a crush, because I think it's, I don't know, it feels as if you don't know about this, but they do, and you haven't really spoken to them properly, so they don't really know you properly. That's the idea I'm getting. But they'd love to approach you. They think they love you, whoever this is. There's fear around this as well. Yeah, this is how they're seeing you. You might be giving off an air of, aloofness, or yeah, it's what I'm getting is they just feel as if they can't approach you. You're unapproachable to them. You might not be, but this is how they see you. There's a gap between you. There's some kind of gap. And the high priestess can be the unapproachable woman, up on a pedestal somewhere up there high. Everyone's watching her. They can't get close. She's very mysterious and beautiful. So maybe that's how they see you. Yeah, I think they watch you as well. They watch you. So it might be that you teach somewhere, or you help people in some way, maybe in your job, or they look up to you and they learn from you. They might be a student or a client or something like that. So yeah, I'm seeing someone's eyes. I'm seeing someone's eyes looking at you. I know that sounds a bit creepy. I don't think it's all that creepy, but someone who looks at you and listens to you is really wanting to talk to you, but they can't. That's what I'm getting. They watch you, they listen to you, they look at you. Yeah, I keep on seeing these eyes. Maybe they're trying to let you know in non-verbal ways, showing you by the way they look at you that they're interested. But, if this is you, all that might give you some idea of who this is. I don't know. So anyway, the first card you have for your presence, the Two of Wands. Yeah, I don't know if you've even noticed this person who looks at you. I keep on seeing these eyes. Yeah, for one, I was seeing, there might be a work relationship, maybe a teacher-student, or something like that, some imbalanced situation like that. That's how it feels, imbalanced. And, I was getting aloofness coming from you as well. So it might be that you know about this and you think it'd be appropriate, or it might just be, a crush coming from them or something like that, because they haven't spoken to you about this and you don't know them that well. They just watch you and listen to you. That's what I'm seeing. I know it sounds creepy, but it's not. It's something like a work situation or somewhere where you're talking and they're listening. That's what I'm seeing there. But, I think with you, when it comes to relationships, if there's any kind of imbalance, you want to run away from that. Absolutely. You're like, imbalance, I run. That's what I'm seeing. Because I think you were in a relationship in the past where there was a big imbalance, actually. Someone relied on you. Yeah, they relied on you a lot, and you loved them. You would have helped them with just about anything. But I think when that fell apart, the imbalance and the problems around that were magnified. It's like you left this person, or this relationship ended, or whatever happened, and then you stood there looking at the ruins of this relationship, and you just said, wow, I've been through that, and this is what I'm left with. Nothing. I've done everything for this person. I've got nothing. I can see it all now in black and white. I didn't know when I was in there. I was caught up in the love and everything like that, but now that I'm back from this and I can look at this, I know what this was. So you don't want to repeat that ever again. That's what I'm getting there. You do not want to repeat that. Now, the other reason why I think you might not be interested in this person is I think you have someone else on your mind. Now, they're not physically around you. That's what I'm getting. It feels like they're far away from you. I don't know if this is a long distance relationship, or maybe you're just talking to them online. But if this is you, if you see yourself in this, I am getting a warning here. So I have to tell you what this is. There's nothing wrong with them, and there's nothing wrong with being long distance. But just be aware of this. Sometimes it's easier to compare someone who's away with someone who's around you all the time. And you seem to, not you, but usually people compare the person who's away favorably, I'm trying to say the word favorably, to the person who's around you as unfavorably. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not saying this person you're thinking about's like a fantasy person, but okay, I'll try and explain this in a better way. It's easy to make someone a fantasy, or make them into the perfect person if they're not around you, because there's a lot of imagination that goes into long distance relationships a lot of the time. I've been in one myself. Sometimes, a lot of it's about the person, about what they say, what they're like, what they do, all about them, what you know about them for a fact. But a lot of the time, you project a lot of your imagination onto that person. So when you see them again after a long absence or whatever, it's almost like you have to get to know them again as a person. So if you can, if this is you, and if you can do this, try and see them as soon as you can, and try and see them in a more realistic way, you know, on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, I hope the right person gets to hear that. Okay, so the next card you have for your presence, the Seven of Wands. Okay, I'm getting more work here. There's a lot of work around this reading, but it's really more about relationships around work, people at work, not the actual work. So that's all in this reading. So it's all about that. Or some of it's about your work, but a lot of it's about relationships around work. Yeah, again, I'm seeing this. You're trying to get out of a work situation. You're trying to get out of a work situation. I think the start of the new year it's really pushing you. The idea of, right, it's a new year, new start. Now's the time. I'm going to really wrap this up. I'm going to really push this. So, yeah, what you ultimately want to do, this is what I'm seeing. Yeah, if this is you, ultimately what you want to do, or what you ultimately want to do, I should say, it's different from what you're doing now, but it's not totally different. That's what I'm getting. It's different, but it's not totally different. So, you know, I'm not seeing a big leap from one thing to another thing. It feels like, yeah, it feels more like you're sidestepping. And one thing's going to lead you to out of this to another thing, and then you're sort of stepping on a stepping stone to another thing, and then there's a stepping stone to another thing. And that's gradually going to lead you out. Yeah, I was seeing some kind of teaching around you. I think you're still going to be doing that, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be traditional teaching. It can be, you know, anything, consulting, lots and lots of different things. You're still going to be doing that, but in a different way. That's what I'm seeing. You have really good teaching skills, actually. You're able to communicate not just facts, but the essence of something really, really quickly and really clearly to other people. That's what I'm seeing. So that's what your skill is, communication. But of course, you can't do your job properly if you have a lot of difficult people around you trying to hold you back, causing drama, causing problems. And that's what's happening in this card, obviously. You know, this man knows his worth. He's up on a hill, and you are too. You know your worth. But he's trying to do his job. He's trying to do what he's trying to do, what he's supposed to be doing, but he's being jabbed at by all these wands. So I think what's going to happen is you're gradually going to move into a position or a place, or it might be your own business. I'm seeing that in the Empress, something else. But the big thing is, whatever you're going to do, you're going to be able to perform the key part of your job, the essence of your job, the bit that you love the most, without all that interference, without all the drama and everything else that comes with it where you are now. And that process is starting soon, early in the new year. You're already manifesting this now. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, the last card you have for your presence, the Star. Yeah, look at this. This is all about having hope for something, knowing something's going to happen, knowing you can manifest this, knowing you can manifest this change. And this is exactly what I was seeing in the Seven of Wands. If you look at the big star in the middle of this card, the big yellow star, that's your goal. That's where you're heading. And the other stars, the smaller ones, they're like stepping stones leading you to that big goal, leading you to where you want to go. The beautiful thing in this card is that it illustrates, and I love this about this card, it illustrates perfectly the effect of manifestation and how thoughts and feelings turn into action, action turns into things or situations. I'll show you how I'm seeing this. This beautiful woman, you know, she's deep in thought, she's all by herself, she's completely silent in her thoughts. No one's there to bother. It's the complete opposite of what's going on in the Seven of Wands. So she's concentrating on the water. She's manifesting. She's thinking about the star. She's thinking about what she wants. And as she pours this water into this pond, it creates a ripple effect. It starts with one small circle and it radiates out, and it ends up covering the whole pond. The circles go out, these concentric circles, they radiate out and they fill up the whole pond. So what you're thinking now, what you're trying to manifest now, especially in terms of this work things and whatever else it is you want to manifest, your thoughts are going to ripple out into action, and they're going to cover everything, cover your world. They're going to change your whole world. You're going to totally love what you're doing soon. But just remember, this is all happening in stepping stones. So when you reach a stepping stone, appreciate it, appreciate each stone. And then as you appreciate each one, you'll get to the next one easily. That's what I'm seeing. So say, oh, I'm on this stone, I'm on my way to where I'm going, I really appreciate this. And that adds to your knowledge, that adds to your path, that shows you where you want to go next, and then you reach the next one quicker. Absolutely beautiful. I love this for you. I love this so much. I love it. Okay, so the first card you have for your future is, the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this is showing me something really interesting again. And I know this has turned into a work reading. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it is. Okay, I'm going to talk about this, and I'll talk about the Nine of Pentacles together. So what the Knight of Pentacles tells me is the way you see your work, not your work as it is now, but the work that's in front of you, the work that you're trying to manifest, the way you want it. It's beyond money for you. The job isn't about the money for you. That's what I'm seeing. Now, that doesn't mean you don't want to earn money. Of course you do. But you're not going to sacrifice being fulfilled and working at your true calling or what you truly want to do for money. You're not going to do that. I think you might have done that in the past, and you're not going to do that now. You're going to fulfill yourself with what you truly want to do. Because this Knight, if you look at this Knight, he's holding this coin out in front of him, but he's not looking right at the coin. He's looking over the coin. He's looking beyond the money. That's what you're doing. Now, I actually think when you're ultimately doing what you want to do, you'll probably be even better off financially. It's going to be a byproduct of doing what you want to do. Because I'm seeing a lot of different things here, actually. I'm seeing consulting, side businesses, all kinds of different things like that. And I think they're all going to add up for you financially. Lots of different little streams, all adding up to one. And if you look at the Star card again, it's really interesting. I'll put it up so you can see. Look at all these streams. So with one hand, she's pouring the water in. It's causing this ripple effect. With the other hand, she's pouring her water onto the earth, and it's causing all these different streams into earth. And earth represents your real life now, your reality. So look at all these streams, and I'm seeing them as streams of income that are coming in to you. And yeah, they're not going to feel like work to you. So you'll probably feel a bit like the woman in the Nine of Pentacles. You know, she's content, she's doing what she wants to do, and you'll probably be inspired to do even more work and make even more money, because it won't feel like work to you. And okay, I don't know if this is going to resonate or not, because it's quite specific, but it feels like, yeah, I've seen this before. It feels like your skills are in helping people again. Advising people, talking to people, helping people, conveying information to people, however that comes about, however that is. Again, it doesn't have to be traditional teaching. It can be some other kind of teaching. And yeah, that's all over this reading. So I'm really repeating myself. I thought I was coming up with something that was specific, but I've seen it before. So yeah, it's everywhere in this reading. So that shows me that that's true if I'm seeing it everywhere. But yeah, and obviously with the internet, it's much easier to start things in that way than, you know, having a building and whatever, you know, the old style of a business. So that might be what you're going to do, something that's based online. And, you know, something that's based around communication, I think. And I was seeing in the High Priestess, sorry, not in the High Priestess, in the Empress, that you might want to work from home. So the internet, working from home, that makes sense to me. So it might be that as well. But whatever you're heading into, it's definitely what you want. It's you. It is you. Just like this Nine of Pentacles, this woman, she's herself. She's content in herself. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I jumbled that up a bit. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, the last card you have for your future is the Ace of Wands. Yeah, this is action, pure action. So yeah, you're going to be working your way up each stepping stone with a purpose. You're going to do this, and you're going to do this with purpose. And I keep on seeing these. Yeah, I keep on seeing these stepping stones. You know, getting from one place to another. I keep on seeing that. So, and what that makes me think of is travel. Going from one place to another, getting there. I'm just looking at these. You know, when you're on a plane and you see the in-flight magazine and you look at the back, and there's a map of the world, and you've got this one little dot leading to another one, leading to another one, all over the world, and it's like where we fly from here to here to here to here, and that's what I'm seeing with these stepping stones. So it might be that you know you're flying into another country. It might not be. It might be flying.